All right, we are going to kick this thing off in about another 15 seconds. We already are approaching over 400 people on the call, pushing 500. Very exciting. Let's try to push this call to 1,000 participants today that are joining in from around the world. We're looking to make a global difference, and we're looking to have you a part of that. So again, we're going to kick this thing off in about another 15 seconds here. If you can go ahead in the chat box, and we talked about making a global difference. Go ahead and tell us where you're calling in from in the chat box so we know where in the world all of you are coming from. Wow, we have people from everywhere. I saw Morocco, Croatia, Austria. Wow. This England, Spain. We got people calling in from all around the world. We are truly running a global business here at Auvoria Prime, and we're excited to have you a part of it. If you are brand new to Auvoria Prime, you're in for some amazing things today. If you are a part of this and you've been a part of this since we launched a little over 6 months ago, then this is really the next start. This is phase 2. This is where things get very, very serious for all of you. So we look forward to getting into it all today. There's people from all around the world calling in. I see Czech Republic, Switzerland, Netherlands. Man, it is so cool to see the difference that we are making in the world. But if you're excited about being on this call today, go ahead and drop a 777 in the chat box here. We got 777s. All right, well, to kick this thing off, today's call is a very special call. You're going to get to see everything we have in store in this phase 2 launch at Auvoria Prime. You're going to get to hear about the marketplace. You're going to get to see a full overview of the future. You're going to get to meet every single developer, the 4 brand new expert advisors that we have coming out. And I don't think there's really anything better than that, to get to hear straight from the developers. I've been in this trading space for almost 6 years now, and in the expert advisor space for about 3. And I can tell you a lot of the developers, the people that create these programs, they tend to be very behind the scenes. And here at Auvoria Prime, we wanted to do it very differently. We wanted to bring the programmers into the spotlight, the developers into the spotlight. So you get to learn from the people who are actually using these products themselves, the people that have developed the products themselves, and get to see exactly how they manage their own money, exactly the strategies they're using to see success with these products. Because I think that's the biggest thing that was always missing in my journey in trading, is seeing how the people that developed their products were using them themselves. Sometimes you felt like you were in the dark, and here our goal is to never have you in the dark. It's to have you in the upfront light, seeing firsthand what everyone is doing themselves. So very exciting things to get started on that. But with that being said, I want to throw it to my great friend, Mr. Sal Leto, to talk about this marketplace, give you a brief overview of everything that's in store. And so you guys know, Sal is the most qualified person today to really be telling you about this. I've seen Sal go and build organizations and customer bases globally to hundreds of thousands of people. And I can tell you firsthand that we've never been more excited than about what we're about to do right now. So Sal can fill you in on why that is, and all the hard work that's gone in the past few months to really getting everything where it needs to be for today's launch that you're seeing firsthand. But with that being said, Sal, take it away, my friend.
Awesome. Tyler, thank you for getting us kicked off here. Like you said, today is a very special call. It's the 13th of October. We have 4 days left before we launch our marketplace. And we're working as hard as we can, as fast as we can, to basically spread the word to as many people as possible before the launch. We know that it would be a disservice if we didn't work hard. It would almost like not even be good morale, from a moral standpoint, on not spreading the word about what's happening. Because people, with everything happening in the world right now, this is, in my opinion, the best solution to help a majority of people that are out there right now because of the way we structured our model. And I want to do a quick sound check. Tyler, can you hear my voice okay?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
All right. And then just verifying as well, you can see my screen?
Yes, I can see it.
Perfect. Okay, I'm going to turn my camera off so that we can focus on the visuals in front of us. But so what we did, guys, is we've been working the last 6 months. Okay, if you're new to this, you're just joining us for the first time, we've been working 6 months to put this together. And anyone who knows how to build a platform or how to build a company understands that success doesn't happen overnight. And if you want to build something that's real, if you want to build something that's quality, if you want to build something that other people can depend on, then it's going to take time. And that's what we did. We understood that. And so we took the time to build something ingenious in the space of the financial markets. And we built a business model that I'm going to show you right now that no company has ever taken the time or put the resources in to build it quite like the way we built it. I'm going to show you some very innovative stuff. So I want to make sure that I'm talking to the right crowd. So if you're listening to me, if you're ready to see true technological innovation, something that could change the financial markets, say I'm ready inside the chat. I want to make sure you guys can hear me loud and clear. Okay, excellent. We have a lot of people that are saying that they're ready to see this innovation. So real quick, okay, the name of our company is Auvoria Prime. And if you search the word Auvoria, you're going to be hard pressed to find what that name means. And this is a prelude to what I'm about to show you. Auvoria just means that it's a time of resetting. It's a new era, a new time of letting go of the past, forgiving the past, and letting go of any baggage from the past so that you can truly start clean and start fresh into a successful and prosperous future. That's actually what the word Auvoria means. It's like a period of amnesty, and it was very fitting for us here in our community. So I'm going to read this income disclosure real quick because we're going to talk about money. And our company is huge on compliance. We want to make sure we do everything legally. We also want to make sure that we're setting proper expectations, because at the end of the day, it's all about making people happy. And the only time someone's not happy, it's if their expectations are not met. And so I want to set proper expectations by talking about the reality of risk and how real the opportunity is. So trading or using Forex analysis tools, which you're going to find out what that means, and software to assist you in trading carries a high level of risk. So what I'm going to show you right now, it's risky. Okay, it's also not for everybody. It's for the people that are looking for change, looking for opportunity. You should only trade when you're in the financial markets with capital that you can afford to lose. The information that's contained in this presentation I'm about to show you is for informational purposes only. And you should evaluate your risk tolerance and your personal financial situation before trading, right? So we're not financial advisors. If you're ever in doubt about our platform or about your own financial situation, you should consult your own personal licensed financial advisor. Auvoria Prime is not providing any investment advice, and all trade opportunity alerts within our technology are delivered to all participants uniformly without regard to an individual's trade objectives, financial condition, or suitability, unless, of course, a user has made customized alert options. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Innovation. You're going to see how customizable our technology is to help you set real goals in the financial markets. Now, you can trade privately on your own account to further analyze your own manual trade opportunities. These options are at the full discretion of the user. Auvoria Prime does not exercise trading authority over your trades. You and you alone exercise discretionary trading authority over every single trade, right? So what that basically means is, guess what? You're in full control of everything. It's taking control of your finances, taking control of your money, of your future, not depending on the government, not depending on the economy, not depending on some friend who has a brilliant idea. It's about you taking control of your own money. Now, the big question is, right now, where you're at in your life, are you on the right path to the future that you want? That's a huge question. Are you on the right path to the future that you want? Most people are not. It's obvious, it's evident. In fact, most people don't even think about that. Most people don't even believe it's possible to find the right path to the future they want. A lot of people don't even believe they deserve the future they want, or that they're worthy of the future that they want. And that's what Auvoria Prime is here to change. Now, like most people, you probably desire more money and more time because there's a lot you can do. If you add extra time and you also add financial resources, you have options in your life, right? But a lot of people lack a plan to make it happen, right? Sure, I want more income. I want more time freedom. How do I do it? Are you stuck without access to the right connections or resources to create your ideal lifestyle? I don't know if you've ever heard the saying, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. Now, let me ask you another very important question. What if there was a way you could earn money while spending time doing what you love? Think about that. So every one of you on this call, we have well over 500 people already on the call. Everyone loves doing something different. You know, maybe it's playing with your kids. Maybe it's playing sports or working out. Maybe it's traveling. Could you imagine a possibility in your future where you could earn money while doing those things? Right? That's a paradigm shift. It's like, how is that possible? Normally you got to go and grind and go to work and go to your job, right? It's 2020. We're here to show you a new way where you could possibly earn more money. Okay. Now, think about a way where you can work smarter instead of just harder, right? Everyone knows that working hard is important if you want to get ahead in life, if you want to beat the cost of living. But guess what? It's not just about hard work. I grew up with a lot of people that have an amazing work ethic and they work really hard, but they still live paycheck to paycheck, right? You probably know somebody who works really hard, but they're still broke and they still live paycheck to paycheck. So obviously, based on that, you need to have also a strategy. It's not about just working hard. It's about working smart, having an actual plan. Okay. Have you thought about adding leverage to your life by using technology to help you make more money? So ask yourself that. Are you currently using technology to make more money? It's 2020, guys. This is the era of technology, right? It's not just about going and clocking in at your 9-to-5 job and working at your desk. There's other ways to create streams of revenue for your home. Have you thought about a way to see a different quality of income, right? So it's not how much you make as much as it is about how do you make your money, right? How do you do it? What do you have to do to make money? Imagine increasing your income while decreasing the amount of hours that you spend making money. Now, we believe that Forex trading, and I'm going to define that for you, but Forex trading may just offer the right opportunity to get you the time freedom and the possibilities that you've been looking for. So the big question is, well, what is Forex, right? If you don't know what Forex is, I'm going to show you 4 good reasons right now why Forex offers you a great opportunity to make extra income, right? No guarantees. The risk is real. Remember my income disclosure. I'm going to introduce you to technology that's very powerful that we believe is going to flip this industry upside down on its head. Now, Forex is short for foreign exchange, the largest financial market in the world. It's basically all the money from all the world. That's what foreign exchange is, right? Like if you go from America over to Europe, right? What do you have to do? You have to exchange your money from US dollar into the euro, right? That's a foreign exchange transaction. That's the industry we're talking about, the flow of money. It's the biggest industry in the world. You don't need a lot of capital to start trading in the Forex market. So guess what? That's a huge plus, okay? We're not looking, just for a bunch of rich people who have a bunch of money to try something. We're looking to help people who've never had the opportunity before to create wealth in their life. You don't need any special licenses to trade in the Forex market. So it's very retail and beginner friendly. You can trade Forex from your laptop or your phone anywhere in the world. Now, tell me in the chat if you have a phone or if you have a laptop or computer, tell me I do in the chat, right? And that's a rhetorical question because you couldn't even watch this presentation unless you had a phone or you had a laptop or computer, right? Most people in the world today have a laptop and a phone, and that's why they could take advantage of what we're doing here. Now, I'm going to speak some truth. Most people fail when it comes to trading Forex. Most people fail. And we've identified the most common reasons why. So first off, most people don't have the time to study the financial markets all day and all night long. Right? Most people can't do that. Most people are busy. They have jobs, they have families, they have children, they have schedules, they do ministry. There's all these obligations and demands of life, right? And a lot of times, especially for the Western world, when it comes to studying the markets, you got to stay up all night, like from midnight in the US until like 10 a.m. And that's not for everybody, right? Most people struggle to manage their emotions during trading and therefore make poor decisions, right? A big part of trading in Forex is your emotional state. And most people don't know how to manage their emotions. That's why the house always wins in Las Vegas, because people make poor decisions even while gambling, right? It's a common thing. Also, most people don't have access to proven coaches or training systems. I know so many people that have said before in their past, man, I'm willing to work hard. I'm willing to learn something new. I just need someone to help me, someone to point me in the right direction, right? It's all about having a coach. Michael Jordan had a coach. Tiger Woods has a coach. Doesn't matter how good you are. You need a coach and you need a system. Most people are also not surrounded by the right community of support to help them grow. So how many of you know it's not just about having a coach, but also being surrounded by a community of like-minded individuals that are on the same path as you, right? I've seen people who have incredible coaches, and yet everyone else around them is negative, pessimistic, and discouraging in their life. Like their family tears their dreams down. Their friends make fun of them. And it's hard to motivate yourself and for you to stay excited about your goals when no one else around you is excited for you or excited about their own lives, right? So these are the big reasons why people fail. Now I'm going to show you how Auvoria Prime has set out to change all of this, okay? We created a paradigm shift in Forex. We're doing it completely different. Now, we asked ourselves, how can we overcome those most common traits that cause the masses to fail in Forex? Everything that I just stated, not having enough time, not having a coach, not having a system, not having the right community, okay? This is what we did, because it's all about finding solutions, right? It's easy to talk about problems, but can we be solution-oriented here for a second? We researched worldwide to find the best Forex technology developers and the most advanced user-friendly software tools. So I'm going to be honest with you. A year ago, I didn't even know if this was possible. And sometimes in life, you got to just jump off the cliff and you got to just take a big risk. We jumped into this hoping that we were going to find what we were looking for, and we didn't know, right? We had to have faith, and we had to say, well, it's better to try and to say, hey, at least I tried, than to not try and always wonder what if, right? So for over 6 months, we conducted dozens of real beta test groups with experienced Forex traders to collect data and test the results from using these products. So we tested over 50 products. We had over 17 beta test groups, some of them with upwards of 40 plus people testing different technologies. And it was a beautiful, beautiful thing what happened over the last 6 months. From these beta test groups, the cream rose to the top, okay? The best technologies came to the surface, and it became self-evident which technologies were superior and which technologies we should focus on opening up to the rest of the world. So we chose products for our company that were friendly for both beginners and experienced traders, right? We wanted something for everyone. We also wanted the products that had the longest history of success, because how many of you know things can change, right? If something's working well for a few months, that's not long enough data. That's not a long enough history, because I mean, look at this year, like with the coronavirus and everything, the whole financial markets took a big shift. So what if you're using something that works and then all of a sudden it stops? Well, what kind of opportunity is that, right? So we chose products that have long histories, some of them over a year, some of them even several years. We also wanted to find technologies that required the least amount of capital to get started, because we know, especially right now in 2020, not a lot of people have a bunch of disposable cash just laying around. So how do we find a technology that works for people who are struggling to get ahead and can still afford to get involved with what we're doing? We also wanted products that accommodated people who have a very limited time to trade. because, you're crazy. All right. If you think that, you're going to convince 1 million people to spend 8 hours a day, studying financial charts, it's just not going to happen, right? Most people don't have the personality for it. And then also most people don't have the time. They don't have the discipline. So we thought, well, is there technology that overcomes this? So welcome to the Auvoria Prime Marketplace. You keep hearing this, marketplace. It's launching on October 17th. What is it? Okay, Auvoria Prime is an online marketplace that focuses on the strategy of diversification. All right, any financial guru, any successful investor out there who's trying to build a portfolio of wealth will tell you that a key to getting ahead is building a long-term strategy that's steady, that can be reliable, and that's diversified, right? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. I'm sure most of you have heard that. With the AP marketplace, you can trade with up to 4 software tools simultaneously. And this is where I'm talking about innovation. We have innovation in the actual software on how it's deployed to make sure it's compliant yet effective, and then also how you interact with the software and what options are available to you. Now, how does all this work? It's very, very, very simple. It's all about giving you access. Okay, so we have 4 different levels of access. The level of your access pass determines how many tools you have access to in the marketplace at one time. So we have 4 options. We have bronze. Okay, if someone is a bronze customer, then they get access to 1 Forex tool. If someone wants to be more diversified, which is wise, right? It's less risky. Then they can have a silver access pass where they get access to 2 software tools simultaneously. We have a gold access pass, which gives you 3 software tools. And then our biggest package, this is the all access pass. It's called the Platinum Access Pass. It's our biggest offering. And it gives you access to 4 software tools all at the same time. That's 4 different strategies that you can use to try and create wealth for yourself all at the same time. Now, we believe that technology should always be paired up with education. And you need both, right? It's not just about education. You should be leveraging technology in today's age, but even if you have really cool technology, you should still learn how to use that technology. And we believe that the more you learn, potentially the more you can earn. Now, our education, we have a whole program called the AP Academy. You're going to be blown away on how sophisticated and professional it is. It's definitely a 21st century education model. It's designed for any type of trader. It doesn't matter if you're brand new, if you don't even know how to spell Forex, or if you're advanced and you've been doing this for years. We have education strategies that are customized for you. Now, you can complete our education at your own pace from anywhere on any device, right? As long as you have access to Wi-Fi. And it's facilitated by our licensed director of education, Mrs. Adeze Duncan. She has over a decade in teaching experience. So we went out and found the absolute best educators because we knew that just because you know a lot doesn't mean you can teach a lot, right? People should have the gift of teaching, and that's a huge qualifier for people that are in Auvoria Prime. If you want to teach people in Auvoria Prime, you have to have the gift of teaching. It has to be suited for you, right? And the courses are provided in multiple languages. I know Tyler at the beginning of this call was saying we have people from Germany, people from Croatia, people from France. Guess what? All of our material, all of our education is translated into a whole bunch of global languages. We truly are a global company. Now, beyond that, I just showed you software tools. I just showed you education. I'm going to show you 2 other things that give you an extra edge. First off, we brought on board Mr. Steve VeriBull. He's a licensed financial advisor here in the United States of America. He has over 18 years of Forex and portfolio management experience. He's going to deliver weekly market analysis on what's happening in the markets and how you can use that to plan your own personal weekly strategy privately. So imagine that. Imagine when you're like, man, I've never studied the financial markets before. I don't have a lot of time. Imagine being able to leverage, Mr. Steve VeriBull, where he's studying the markets and then he's delivering that data right to your fingertips so that you can make the best decisions for yourself. And then I also talked about having different software tools, right? And we searched the world to find the best developers. Well, guess what? Any tool that you use, if you subscribe to one of our Forex software tools, you get weekly coaching live from the creator of the software. This just blew me away. All right, talk about save the best for last. This point right here blows me away because if I was going to learn something, who's better to teach me how to use something than the person who created it, right? That's like going to the NBA and being coached by Michael Jordan, right? If someone's going to teach you how to use a software, who knows it better than the person who actually developed it? Now, Auvoria Prime is led by some of the most brilliant entrepreneurs that I've ever worked with. I've been an entrepreneur myself for 18 years, so I do have a little bit to say when it comes to, you know, working for yourself and working on freelancing projects or independent companies like this. The team that you see here has over 70 plus years of experience in a lot of different areas of business, including leadership, education, entrepreneurship, and consulting. A very diverse, a very wide array of experience. Everyone has the hustle factor. They're not afraid of hard work, commitment, integrity. And I'll tell you this, legally and contractually, the way we structured this company is to make sure that Auvoria Prime never turns into a one-man show or a dictatorship. So what that means is we diversified the equity across all the founders of the company in such a way where nobody can make a decision unless 3 out of the 4 primary founders vote on it and agree to on it with a decision within the board. So that's the way to do things safely. There's also a lot of accountability at the corporate level where everyone has to show up every day and work hard or else they can get voted out of their position. And I love that, right? Nobody should be able to get comfortable when their decisions are being relied upon by thousands of people. Now, here are some key benefits of being a customer. I think, you know, you already get some of this with everything that I just shared, but first off, you're going to get access to the marketplace. Here's something that's totally disruptive. You can switch your tools. So, right, we have all these different software. You could switch your tools and strategies on a weekly basis with one subscription. That means this week you could try these tools. Next week you could change your strategy and use a different set of tools. The week after that, you could change your strategy, use a different set of products. And it's incredible because you only make one subscription payment per month, and yet you could change it out whenever you want. We believe if the financial markets can change at any moment, then so should your strategy. Okay, nobody's ever done this before. Now, your money stays in your control in your personal private broker account at all times. No one else has access to your trading capital. You have full control over your settings and over every single trade at all times. This is not an auto trading program. It's about you learning how to use software to trade effectively in the markets. We offer live coaching and education from the very best to help you every step of the way. And you can even get started with a test account without using real money to really minimize the risk. So really the only question left is, okay, I see all the tools, the marketplace, you know, how much is this going to cost me? The real question is, how diversified do you want to be? So a smart person doesn't ask, how much does this cost me? A smart person asks, how much is this going to make me? Well, a lot of your results are going to depend on how diversified you are. So we have 4 different access passes. We have the bronze, the silver, you can upgrade to the gold, and then our top package is the platinum access pass. Now, each access pass has its own number of software tools inside that access pass. And as you upgrade and go higher to become more diversified, you just add another software tool to the package. Each software tool is $99 per month. And so you can see the different prices. There's $99 access pass, $198, $297, and then $396 for the platinum access pass. Now, there's one other fee. For you to run all these software simultaneously, you pay for what's called a VPS, a virtual private server that allows you to trade in the cloud 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's $20 per month. And then when you first enroll, you pay an $80 activation fee that gives you a lifetime membership access to the AP Academy. I don't know about you, but that's severely underpriced. When someone says, hey, you're going to get lifetime access to the AP Academy for $80. And I get to learn new skill sets from qualified educators. It's ridiculous. Now, if someone's like, look, I don't even know if I can afford a monthly subscription, even if the subscription is giving me access to tools that can help me make more money, we have a way where you can get your access for free. So the subscriptions that I just showed you, all those access passes, you could earn any one of those for free every single month. All you do is, if you refer a minimum of 2 customers to Auvoria Prime, who between them have at least 3 times the access pass that you have, then yours is free. So that means if you have a bronze, if you referred 3 customers who have a bronze, then that's 3 times what you have, yours is free. If you referred 2 customers, one had a bronze, one had a silver, well, guess what? That's 3 different software tools. That's still 3 times what you have, yours is free. And you can learn more about those details with the person who referred you to the presentation. But that's as simple as it is, folks. It's just about getting plugged in, getting started, choosing how diversified you want to be, looking at your personal goals, and then choosing which software you think are going to help you reach your goals, plugging into our education, plugging into our coaching, using our technology to change your life. Take control of your future by getting started today, right? Time is ticking, and we're launching this right now. Now, we do offer a 7-day money-back guarantee. It lets you get started and try the marketplace without any risk. It's a no questions asked money-back guarantee. If you enroll and you don't like what you see, you can get a full refund. We're not even worried about that. That's why we offer that, because we're all about delivering quality. We know people are going to see the value in building a long-term future here with us in Auvoria Prime. And the next step is you need to get back to the person who invited you here. Why are you on here, right? Who showed this to you? You got invited via email, a text message, social media. You need to get back to the person who invited you here and ask them to walk you through the next steps. Because look, we're all about creating a legacy, and you can only create a legacy by making an impact every single day. That's what we're about. We want to make an impact in your life. You need to make an impact in your own life. Take action. So with that being said, what I'm going to do is, Tyler, I'm going to stop the share screen, because I know we have some very, very special guests lined up for today's call. And I know also at the end of this call, we're going to talk about special promotions, and we're also going to let people get access to real results from actual users to substantiate and verify anything that we've said. So we're not here to sell results. We're here to sell real technology that's been tested for the last 6 months with hundreds of people. We've achieved amazing success, and we're looking to open that up to the rest of the world. So Tyler, with that being said, if you want to come back on here and move us to the next part of the call, because like I said, I know we have some special guests on here.
Absolutely, Sal. And guys, I got to tell you, what Sal just showed you guys is something that, as he mentioned, has taken a long time, a lot of, going back and forth. There's so many things that have gone into what you're witnessing right now and what's about to happen, that I don't think there's a more qualified team than the corporate staff here at Auvoria Prime to make this happen. All the things that have had to be done and the work that's had to go into this. I mean, if you could only really understand it, and I hope many of you do. But with that being said, we have some amazing guests on the call today. The entire development staff for all 4 of the new EAs that we have launching, and you're going to get to hear from each and every single individual on this call, get to see a ton of different data. And with that being said, I'm going to take you into one of the first products that we have to show you guys today, which is going to be called Gearbox. Some of you have heard from different beta testers or seen some of the results, or if you haven't, again, you're going to get to witness firsthand this data and see for yourself what's going on. And again, we have to put a risk disclaimer before we share any of these new products today. Sal, maybe if you want to share screen again, just show the risk disclaimer so we can go through it. But very important that, since I've seen many new people have gotten on this call, that we do go through the fact that anything you see on this call, again, is historical data, and it does not mean that you could get that same experience. Again, trading is risky. Everyone is going to have a different experience with the different trading products that they choose to use. Our goal is to provide you the same experience that each developer is using weekly, so that you can see very similar results and get a very similar experience. With that being said, I just wanted to show that risk disclaimer, read it again. So now that we have talked about that, let's get right into it. So let me pull up right here the presentation for Gearbox. I see that the income disclaimer is on the screen. So let's just read this real quick because it is very important. Trading or using Forex tools, software to assist you in trading carries a high level of risk. Only trade with capital that you can afford to lose. And the information contained in this presentation is for informational purposes only. One should evaluate their risk and tolerance and personal financial situation before trading. If you're ever in doubt, please consult your own personal licensed financial advisor. Auvoria Prime LLC is not responsible in providing investment advice or trade opportunity alerts, and they are delivering these to everybody. So again, uniformly without regard to an individual's trade objectives, financial condition, suitability, unless the user has made customized alert options privately on their own account. So basically, in essence, you have full control of your accounts, everything that you are doing. We're simply going to show you how to use these tools to see the most success. And again, it's up to you what you decide to do. But with that being said, I'm going to get right into Gearbox here. This product is not a set and forget it product. It does require understanding and some Forex knowledge. So to get into the history of the Gearbox product, the base strategy has been in existence since 2016 in different forms. The base strategy has been used in a variety of different expert advisor softwares. So what makes Gearbox different? About a year ago, I was thinking deeply on really creating an EA that had a better chance of avoiding drawdown, major market crashes, as well as having the ability to secure what I would call phenomenal swing trade entries. I really wanted the software to be very different. I wanted it to be customizable to work on any currency pair. And I really started to analyze a lot of data. I had a light bulb moment, and I had been using a manual trading strategy known as the sniper strategy. And I had been basically mirroring a lot of different EAs that used a cost averaging or grid-based strategy. And I knew that anytime these EAs were getting into higher drawdowns or, they were getting caught into major market moves, that these were phenomenal opportunities to really take manual trades, right? You were finding overextended periods in the market, and you were going to be able to catch the best reversal basically, and with very low risk potential into each trade and low exposure. So I realized that could be built into an expert advisor. So we basically took many different strategies that were grid and counter based, and we analyzed them and kind of reverse engineered and created what I call Gearbox, because you're going to be able to put yourself into any gear on any currency pair. And I'm going to show you what this means in a little bit, but to keep it simple, you basically can understand the average true range of any currency pair out there, really understand where it has its next reversal or when there's an overextended period in any currency pair, and really set it to where, hey, if this ever happens on this currency pair, take a trade. So let me show you exactly some of the data here and how we came to a lot of the decisions behind different currency pairs. And again, it can work on more currency pairs than what is shown here. It's just understanding the data and your risk. But we had a lot of data on these 24 currency pairs right here. And we really went and analyzed in almost a year period how many times it hit each gear. And then we went and we said, okay, well, let's take a look at Euro USD. You can see that it only had in a year got into a gear 6 2 times, which was very low risk strategy. So we went and said, okay, well, where's that median range in there where it's kind of the sweet spot where you're going to get a few trades a year on each of these currency pairs, or even some of them you might get a few trades a month. But the ability to actually have it where if a specific situation happens, you're going to take a trade. So we went ahead and then we built what we called the gear selector and a ton of different risk management strategies. And, because I'll give you one of the risk management strategies. We said, okay, well, what if there's a period in the market where this situation managed to happen on all the currency pairs, right? You don't want to enter every single trade. You want to really be able to limit your exposure. So We created tons of ways to limit how many trades you're entering at any single time, as well as how many currency pairs you're trading at any single time. Now, how long has it been running live? Gearbox with the Gear Selector has been running on live accounts for 6 months now in its current form, but we have continued to add more user features and give more flexibility and control to the end user and trader. And ultimately, a lot of those new features, such as the ability to limit how many pairs you're trading at any single time, the ability to enter your initial lot size in the real market instead of what I call the ghost market, which you'll be seeing in one of the next slides. A ton of ways to really get it to work on very little capital as well, very safely. So when we get into what type of strategy is the software, it is a grid-based strategy, but again, based on data, you could choose your gear entry and wait until a long trend is entering right before a pullback. So it can be a bit different with your settings, but it is truthfully counter trend trader where you ghost trade the trend, which is typically where you would have gotten into drawdown, and then you're actually entering trades in the real market right before a pullback or a retracement. So in this example, you can see with these settings, if a 420 pip move happened on, or this actually is a 15. So you can see basically as these movements happen in the market, you can decide where your actual entry is and choose the level. So, you could say, okay, if level 6 happens at 300 pips, right, I want to be able to enter that position. Or in a level 11 happens at 1500 pips, I want to be able to enter down there. Now, you're not going to be trading any other majors or minors with entering at a level 11. But that could even work on, some currency pairs such as indices and metals that sometimes move a few thousand pips. So again, being able to actually choose your entry allows you to really understand data and get precise entries in the market on any of these currency pairs. Now, who is the software best for? This strategy is best for someone who is already somewhat familiar with Expert Advisor and Forex software. With proper mentorship, a beginner can have success with this product as well. So you might be saying, what again makes Gearbox unique? And that's the existence of these ghost trades. The ghost trade allows you to trade the base strategy in a notepad behind the scenes, and then you only will deploy Gearbox trades on your actual trading account based on where you selected that gear entry to be. So in this example, you can see Euro JPY, and we're taking a look at Euro JPY, and you can see it has a level 0, 1, and 2 open in the ghost trades. And you can see that there is not a Euro JPY trade open on the live account here. You can see we only have AUD and ZD open. So what you're seeing is you're seeing the software actually trade behind the scenes. Every currency pair, it's scanning and analyzing for extremely precise entries for you to get into the marketplace and start making, what we would say to be very highly accurate trades. Now, when it comes to the time allocation for the software, a customer can really expect to spend at least 2 hours weekly to manage this product. Part of that time is daily, just to look at your trading account and potentially take new trades that have shown up. The rest of the time would really be spent on twice a week calls, which one of them is going to be, scheduled, and the second one I'm figuring out when's best to do it. But I will be hosting weekly calls at least on Friday. And we're going to be looking to do beginning and end of the weeks to show data on different currency pairs to really just kind of make sure people understand what's going on in the market. If there is ever a time where you should increase your gear entry in certain currency pairs, we're going to cover that and really just provide the utmost data every single week on what's going on in the market on any single one of these currency pairs using the Gearbox strategy. And how long should the software be used per week? Well, this software with swing and sniper strategy can be ran all week, 24/5 if a customer chooses to do so. All of that, again, is your end user choice. And the reason I say it can be used really in any market condition is if there's ever a time where you're saying, hey, maybe I want to be more conservative. Okay, you could either decrease your lot, and if you can't decrease your lot size, you can increase your gear entry to make it harder for you to enter a trade in any specific currency pair. You're giving a larger period in time before you're actually going to enter any single trade, which, maybe it's NFP week and you look at one of the currency pairs you were trading and say, oh, I was entering at a gear 4. Maybe that's way too soon. It's NFP. I don't even want to take a trade on that pair unless it hits a 6. you have the ability to really go in there and say, hey, this is when I want to enter a trade. You have full control. And we have all the data and a ton of data to provide for what, is working right now and been working for everyone. Again, you have full control how you use this product. It's very customizable. Sorry about my dog in the background there. Can work with as little as $250 to $500. This product, but for most ideal results, always when using any form of grid-based or cost averaging strategy, you are going to want to look to typically at $1,000 or more. But with the risk settings that we have in the software, which I'm going to give you a quick tour in a minute, it is working successfully with as little as $250 to $500 so far, and you'll see some FxBooks from different customers in the near future that are having success with that as well. But let me go ahead and I'm going to get right into actually just showing you the software and a few FxBooks, and then I'm going to get into the rest of the call because we have some incredible speakers on this call as well that have built some of the best expert advisor softwares I've seen, and I can't wait for you to continue to see this marketplace evolve. But give me a second here, and I'm going to go ahead and pull up the next screen. All right, so I just pulled up here the actual software so you can see this for yourself. And one of the first things I want to point out is what I call balance protection. So a lot of people are used to hard equity protectors and softwares where they close out your trades, and that's never fun. Nobody wants to actually really take a loss unless you really have to. So I wanted to build different risk management strategies and what allowed you to actually do very different things. And the first one was having still that max equity risk where you close out trades, but having notifications of drawdown. So you can get a first notification, even a second notification. And then another feature called balance protection mode. And what balance protection does is, in this example, this is a live almost $50,000 account that I am running on Gearbox, and I will show you my FxBook on it. But what it does is it says if I ever hit 25% drawdown, if that ever happens, right, then go ahead and stop taking any new trades. Do not take a single new trade. Just continue to manage the trades that are already open until they exit. And then you also see there's another setting there called protect initial deposit mode. What this means is, let's say you put in an initial amount and somebody for some reason just puts the wrong lot size, right? They put maybe a $1,000 account, and instead of putting a 0.01 lot, they put a 0.10 lot. Okay, some of you know what can happen to someone who does that, and they put 10 times higher risk settings. It could be a brand new user. Well, what protect initial deposit is going to do is if you ever take a loss below the initial deposit, it's going to immediately stop taking any new trades as well. So even if your account grows and then for some reason you did something and if you ever your balance goes below the initial deposit you put in, it's going to entirely stop taking any new trades. And then of course you still have your actual risk settings where you can say if it ever hits this percent drawdown, close every single trade out. But the other one I was telling you guys about is max pairs trading at the same time. So I'll show you on this account, we are scanning right now 24 currency pairs. And when you look at the currency pairs we're scanning, you can see if I go to Euro AUD, you can see I'm in buys and sells, right? Ghost gear, I'm in a buy gear 2 and a sell gear 3. So I'm hedging on both sides of the market here, but I'm not taking an entry on Euro AUD until gears above 6. And after Wednesday, gear 6 is where I'd enter. So when it says only gears above 5, this means I'm not taking an entry until 6. And I also have it raise my entry after Wednesday because I know that Thursdays and Fridays, there tend to be larger moves in the market historically than on, Monday to Wednesday. I automatically say, wait till, after gear 6, which means I'm not even entering till 7. So you can see you have control over where you enter. You also have control over your take profits. We have many different options here. You can go for quick, easy ones. You can go for, what I call moderate, or you can go for those larger swing trades in the market where you're looking to catch sometimes on a trade over 50, 100. I've seen some trades for 150 pips. And from an expert advisor, it's absolutely incredible. So you have a lot of control over all these settings and all these extra risk features. And then you also have the ability to decide where you want to enter your starting lot size. Do you want to enter it in the real trades, or do you want to enter it in your ghost trades? I believe the real trades feature is amazing because it allows it to work on accounts, which I'll show you, as low as $250. You can see this is a $338 account now, euro actually, and it's running the 24 pairs. Now this account, it's up 0.88%. I have it off right now because I'm about to update this account to the latest version here right before release. But you can see that
Tyler,
this
real quick, just watching this from the perspective of a brand new person, like if I was brand new and I had never seen a Forex chart and I'm looking at this, I'd be like, what the heck am I looking at? This is so overwhelming, right? Two things that we didn't mention is that, number one, we have an onboarding system. Okay, so we made it super easy when you get started, where we have an automated system that walks you through the setup process to load your settings and to figure out the right parameters that you want to work with. And then don't forget, like what Tyler mentioned, is this comes with weekly live coaching. We also record that so that you can meet with coaches on your own schedule. So I just wanted to throw those two things in there, that we have coaches. We also have an automated system that walks you step by step through the process. So if you look at this and say, man, it sounds so technical, it looks so overwhelming, I've never seen anything like this before, we get that. And we totally understand that our target market, like who we're trying to help, are people who've never done this before. And so we built systems to walk you through that process, to keep it simple to understand, to get you set up quickly. So I just wanted to throw that out there real quick, Tyler, in case anyone's looking at this for the first time.
And that's the most amazing thing, because I can tell you that what I just showed you probably looks like an entirely different language. But what you will know is, as you use all of these products, myself and the other developers here, we've continued to take all of the data we're showing you and make it to where it's so simple to set this up that it's almost painless. And you're going to get to see that firsthand using our brand new smart onboarding system. But with that being said, I'm going to throw it to some of our amazing next speakers to really hear about what we have going on and show you guys their products. So with that being said, let's get into getting in straight to VeriBull. And so you guys know VeriBull is a very special product. And when I say special, you guys are going to get to hear from Dasan. And I got to tell you, Dasan's voice just sounds the best over a microphone of anyone's voice I've ever heard on any call. So you're going to get to see that firsthand here. But Dasan is just brilliant. His product will blow you away. And he's been a major help in actually making this marketplace also a possibility, because he's done some amazing work in helping develop the API to connect everything together with all these new EAs that are coming. So you're going to get to hear firsthand from, like I said, just a brilliant mind and somebody who has a phenomenal product here with tons of history. And I first saw this product about, I'd say 6 months ago, and he had already had, a live My FxBook running. And when I saw the return it had already done, and the return wasn't the most impressive part about it. The most impressive part is I saw it go through all of the coronavirus running. And for any of you who maybe have traded or knew what happened to the markets during coronavirus, it was very unpredictable. But this product, when I saw that, I said, man, we have to use this product. We have to get this product a part of our marketplace. And I'm going to let Dasan show you what he's created here, because it is magical. And I still am so blown away at how brilliant he is. But Dasan, are you on the other line, my friend?
Hello. Sound check. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, and you sound great.
Perfect. Thank you. Let me put on my video too. It is a beautiful sunny day here in Orlando, Florida. I'm getting some nice lighting. All right. Thank you for handing it over to me, Tyler. Great job with Gearbox and hosting this whole call. You always do so well. And thank you, Sal, for kicking us off. I'll try and keep this to about 15 minutes. I have 3 planned segments here. Just like Tyler, I'm going to give a little brief overview in a PowerPoint presentation, and then I'm going to go straight into results because I can talk about data and the technique behind my software as much and as long as I want to because I know the ins and outs of it. But what you really want to be seeing is results. You want to be seeing it on live accounts, on demo accounts, how long it's been performing, and what those kind of numbers look like. And then finally, I'm going to jump into launching it on a chart and showing you how I actually use it to trade. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. Oh my goodness. Some of these comments are making me a little bit embarrassed, guys. All right. So I'm actually doing this on a different monitor. I can't actually see Zoom right now. I'm just going to pray that it's working. This is, first and foremost, VeriBull is not a set it and forget it software. This means it is okay to run automated, but you shouldn't just launch it, put money in, and never look at it again for the next 6 months. This isn't a mutual fund. This isn't a massive enterprise service that's designed to grind out 0.1% returns over the course of a year. This is a trading tool. It's not a 100% automated software, and I want to make sure that those expectations are set from the get-go. Now, a little bit of background on it. VeriBull was developed starting 2018 in Q4, and it finished in, let's see, what is that? About 3 months' time in 2019, Q2. My background is as a robotics engineer, and after I left that field, I realized I have the skills to automate software. I really should be doing something that is more applicable to the real world. And designing robots is very cool and all, but it's such a research-oriented space that I didn't feel like I was actually doing anything with my time. And I definitely wasn't making enough money. So I went straight into researching how to build automated trading systems right after I left that industry, and I carried over all that knowledge from robotics design into creating the software. One of the most important questions I frequently get is how long has this trading system been tested on historical data? And I tested it on the 7 majors. And if you're unfamiliar with the Forex world, I encourage you to look up 7 Forex majors to see what that means. But since we're on a time crunch, I'm going to run through this. That represents a total of 38.5 years of testing and, of course, successful testing. I'm not going to release a product that hasn't performed well in all of its back testing. How long has it been running live? So this means how long has it been running with real money on a real account on live market data. And it's been running for 10 months. And I'll go ahead and show you the results of that account near the end of the second segment. And that started in October of 2019 and finished this year, September of 2020. What type of strategy does VeriBull use? If you are already an intraday trader or a swing trader, you'll probably recognize some of these phrases. Mean reversion means we make the assumption that when price goes up, it's probably going to come back down and vice versa. So we're always taking the opposite position. We know that this trend isn't going to go on forever like stocks and equities. In the Forex market, there's a pretty good chance that what goes up will come down. And then I use cost averaging to break up one large trade into several smaller trades. And the big benefit of cost averaging is that you don't have all of your risk at one price level. As price moves up and down, maybe it moves with you in the direction you want to go. And if it moves against you, then what you can do is open up a second trade that is very, very small, significantly smaller than what you would put your total risk on one position, which is traditional trading. And with cost averaging, you end up having slightly less returns in the end, but you have significantly less risk because you're breaking up your risk among multiple price points. What makes VeriBull unique? Unlike all other EAs that we frequently encounter in the marketplace, I have these specific optimized settings for each currency pair. And not only that, these settings, these parameters, they change. I go through them every quarter of the year, and I study the last 3 months of price action. I say I study, but I actually use machine learning techniques to find the best settings for the previous 3 months of price history. I then release those settings per currency pair to you. And this is an automated process. And this essentially means if you don't want to ever look at the chart, you don't have to. Again, this isn't a set it and forget it software, but with these pair-specific optimized settings, and I'll show you what that means in the third segment here. You don't necessarily need to play around with all the different settings. You just need to launch it on a chart, pick your currency pair, and the software, will do the best job it can to pick the best settings for that pair. And this is really beneficial to people that are on the lower intermediate experience, so you can start without experimenting too much. And this is also pretty beneficial to advanced traders that have already gone through a bunch of strategy testing in different systems, and they just want to launch it and see how it does on a demo account. How much time does VeriBull take to manage? I personally spend 30 minutes per week on it. That's because I have a lot of experience with both trading and with using automated software as a tool. But on my weekly calls, which will be Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, you might want to take a note of that, Saturday at 11 Eastern Time, I'll be going over a 30-minute block through the currency pairs that I trade and explain to you how I actually make money with it on a weekly basis, how I use my own manual trading technique and combine that with my software. How long should you run it each week? This is a question I get a lot, and I run it from Sunday to Friday. Unless there is some news, and unfortunately, we're just not at a level yet with software where we can, read Donald Trump's tweets or go through the entire internet and news sites and figure out what exactly is going to happen. So I'll tend to run it 5 days a week, and if there's news, then I'll have to manually intervene. And for those of you in European time, that's going to be Sunday 10 p.m. GMT to Friday 10 p.m. GMT. The account size, this is a really big question that a lot of people not only ask me, but they almost want to use something less than this because no one likes to put a lump sum somewhere and have it sit for a little bit. Through all of my testing, the data definitively says that $1,000 is the minimum. And I would not recommend putting in anything less than this. There's nothing I can do to prevent that. As Sal said before, you have absolute control over your software and your accounts, but the data suggests $1,000 is the minimum. And when you're trading multiple pairs on a single account, you should add somewhere between $750 and $1,000 per additional currency pair. This is going to keep you out of drawdown. This is going to allow trades that go negative to, remain open without closing out in a loss before they close in a profit. This is the quick overview for VeriBull. The AP Academy will have much more in-depth details, such as settings, how I use it on the daily, as well as some free tools that I'll be giving you that you can put on your own charts. Let's go ahead and dive right on into my favorite part, which is results, because I love looking at big numbers. I love looking at that compound growth. And I want to point out that I actually have 6 different MyFxBooks, which I'm going to show you. If you're not familiar with MyFxBook, it is a reputable third-party service for tracking. My AC on, it's a little bit loud. It's a third-party, very reputable service for tracking the results of a person's foreign exchange trading account. And all 6 of these accounts are actually from people in my beta test group. You might have noticed I've actually scrolled down a little bit here. I'm actually going to go into full screen mode, just like that. And I'm just hiding the name of the account just to keep their information private. So this is the youngest account we have here starting on July 25th. And today is October 13th. So what is that? A total of 2.5 months. And we've done approximately 15% growth monthly for a total of 47% growth, which is just awesome. Here's the second youngest account, which has done a total of 106% growth, 18% monthly, slightly more drawdown as it shows. And of course, everyone is running their own settings here, so this is going to be a much more aggressive account. Next youngest account, this has done a total of 270% return. Wow, that's so good. In it looks like 4 months time here, doing 30% monthly with one spike, one instant here where there was a bit of drawdown. Same time frame, May 18th until current day. This has done an astounding 352% growth with 35% monthly and a tiny 11% drawdown. And this is what I mean with it's not a set and forget it software. The people that are actively monitoring their software every single week, or maybe checking in for 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening, are going to have the absolute best results. Another great account, 205%, great monthly returns, very manageable drawdown. And this is actually my personal account. This is the one that was running for 10 months that I recently closed out just to get access to those funds and redistribute it among other EAs. Did quite well. We did 17.5% drawdown, 25% monthly growth. This is the account Tyler was mentioning. And right in the middle of the coronavirus outbreak, there was a whole lot of volatility in the Forex markets, and we just absolutely took advantage of that. Okay, let me go ahead and hop on over to my next screen here. Oops. Working on some code projects there. And I want to go ahead and show you that this is a testable software. You know, both Tyler and I have mentioned the data suggests this, the data suggests that. Where does this data come from? It comes from historical testing. And what you're looking at right now, it might not look like anything to you, but this platform I'm using, MetaTrader 4, along with some very high quality data that I've bought from some reputable resources, is going to allow me to test my strategy on historical data. So I'm actually going to run this on a 3-month block on the currency pair, the euro versus the British pound, and we're just going to run it. And while this is running in the background, I'm going to go ahead and show you how I use VeriBull with my own manual trading and how easy it is to manage on your VPS. So let me just go here. I'll just open up a new chart. Sure, UJ. That looks great. And I'm going to go on over to TradingView, which I use every single day to make trading decisions. And since I've just decided to launch USDJPY on the chart, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this. I have 2 indicators on the screen that I actually wrote myself. This is just part of my own manual strategy. And on my call Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, I'll go through this. I look at a chart on the daily. I make a 30-second decision based on what my indicators are telling me. And that will allow me to go to my MetaTrader 4 terminal, log into my VPS, which is just a virtual machine, and decide if I should run VeriBull that week, and if so, what kind of settings should I expect to run with it. So I'm seeing here that we're on a very, very slow downtrend, right? It's pretty darn apparent. Price starts around here and continues to go down. So I should be looking for sells. And down here, this indicator is telling me there's not really much buying action happening at all. That's really it. That was what, 15, 20 seconds? That means I should probably set up my software for some sells. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll go ahead and drag it onto the chart, like so. And I'm not going to go through the settings right now because that's going to be part of the AP Academy, and I'll do that in depth at another point. But what you can see at the very top is enabling long positions or short positions. We don't want to be buying, so I'll go ahead and just disable long positions, and I'll keep short positions enabled. I'll leave everything on default for now and click OK. And you'll see it'll change the chart color and the color scheme just because I happen to like the red and green kind of Christmas colors. And when there is a retracement, VeriBull will automatically make a short position. So when price comes up and reverses and starts coming down, it'll automatically take that short position for me. And because I've already decided based on my own manual trading style that I want to take shorts, I don't have to look at this for the next week. Let's go ahead and pop back over to this. Hey, look at that. That back test actually finished. Why don't we go ahead and look down here, see the results. We can see that in this simulated trial, we had 614 orders, and this is actually a little bit high. You might be thinking 600 trades in a 3-month span is kind of a lot. This is actually 300 trades an open and then a close is considered two separate orders. So this is 300 different full trades placed. Let's go ahead and look at the equity curve here. Now, doesn't that look pretty similar to what we were seeing over here and here and here? It's almost like this historical testing and the live results should line up, and they do, which is great to see here. I'm actually running this currency pair. Let's see here. What am I running this on? This is Euro GBP. This is something I don't normally trade. And the reason why we backtest is in order to find even more opportunities to trade, because the data makes, the data can only show us what does and doesn't work. And because there are more and more currency pairs that are able to trade, such as the US dollar versus the Singapore dollar, or the Swedish kroger versus the euro, things that didn't exist 5 years ago, we have to test them and see if our software is going to do well on them. And oftentimes we'll be very surprised to see that through this kind of back testing, we're missing out on opportunities that have lower risk and higher returns. So I hope you enjoyed my breakdown of VeriBull. It is, here's the key takeaway points really. I'll stop sharing so you can see my beautiful face. The key takeaways are, it is one, not set it and forget it. It is a manual trading tool. It is live results backed up by historical testing, and it is going to be something that I really hope you enjoy if you do decide to join with Auvoria Prime, get access to all these amazing expert advisors, start exploring the world of automated trading, and hopefully you'll use this opportunity, this call right now, to take a step forward and diversify your current portfolio, whether you have homes in it, real estate, mutual funds, and you start diversifying it with automated trading, which is a completely different field that typically has better returns. I think my 15 minutes are up. I'm a little bit over here. I'm going to go ahead and pass it right back to the host, Tyler. Thank you so much for having me on.
As always, you crushed it, Dasan. Man, I'm blown away with the data which you've created, and like I said, the fact that you made it through coronavirus, and I don't think a lot of expert advisors out there did. But with that being said, let me take it on to our next amazing guest speaker. Today, you're going to get to hear from, let's get into Killian here with Stradamus, or I don't know if we're saying Stradamus. Sometimes I get yelled at because, you know, I pronounce things how I want to pronounce them. That being said, Stradamus it is. With that being said, Killian, I want you to take it away. And so you guys know, I first met Killian about 2.5 years ago. He was using an expert advisor that I was also using at the time. And I know that for the past, 2-3 years now, he's been putting his heart and soul into developing the product that he's going to show you guys today. This is a product he's been using to manage his own money, and he has accounts that he can show you. And this is a lot of his life's work, he feels. And, for him to come work here in Auvoria Prime with us and, give you guys access to his baby, just know that it's something amazing. But with that being said, Killian, I want you to go ahead and take this thing away, show them what you've created. I'm still blown away by the 2-engine idea and the thought process behind it, and everything that you've been doing here with your project.
Hey, Tyler, can you hear me?
Yes, and guys, I got to mention, by the way, Killian's like wide awake. I don't know what time it is there. Killian, it's like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. What time is it there?
It's 3 a.m., 3:20 a.m.
Yeah, see, 3 a.m. is even worse because it's like you can't even go to sleep. You got to stay up to 3 a.m. At least if it's 5, you get a little nap, right? So Killian's been up all night to show you what he's about to show you. So give him some support if you're excited to hear from him in the comment box here. And Killian, take it away, my friend.
All right, great. Yeah, so it's 3 a.m. here, and actually I tried to sleep before, but I cannot at all, so I'm staying up, so it's going to be a late night for me. But anyway, that being said, thank you for having me on the call. I'm going to explain you about the Stradamus software that you guys will be able to use starting from next week. I'm going to give you a little bit of introduction what it is, then show the results first, because me personally, I only actually listen to somebody and everything he has to say when I know the results of it, and then it cuts my interest. Stradamus is a trend-based software, so we are not trying to catch any reversals in the market like the previous EA that just has been explained. But we are focused on capturing the movement that is going already. So we're capturing the trend. So that way, we don't get stuck in so much drawdown, and we capture the trend. We can get in and out and make that profit the whole time with the movement in the markets. We're doing that with two engines, like Tyler already explained a little bit. So we have two engines, each focusing on an uptrend or a downtrend, which that they will not interfere with each other, so that we're not placing any buys in a downtrend, we're not placing any sells in an uptrend. But let me share my screen and just show you first some results that I'm having. You should be able to see right now my PowerPoint presentation. There we go. So basically here on the left, you can see that we started with a 3,800 pounds account, which is now above the 15,000. It's actually going to get close now to 16,000, which has been quite smooth around the whole track record. We had around a 21% drawdown, which for me is still acceptable. I'm getting a little bit nervous already at 20% drawdown. I really don't like drawdown, but it is acceptable for an EA. We had a lot of trades going on this track record. So it was a very intensive period, and also during the COVID time, we managed to survive. We closed it for 1 week that we didn't trade the software, but after that we continued doing it, and we actually took a manually our first loss in the whole track record that we decided to just close the trades, wait for a week, and then continue with the software back on. So it has been quite smooth on that one, and this is the live results. But we also have backtesting results, which I have opened here quite a lot. So as Desan already explained in the previous thing, so it's very good that he already explained it. We have the backtesting results, which is that we test the software on the historical results or data, and then we get an image of how good is an EA, what are the results, how much drawdown, how many trades taken, and this and that. And the thing that I like about my software is that everybody can use it. So everybody that has whatever needs they have, they can adjust the settings of the EA to how they like it. So if they want it very conservative, or they have a low account balance, they can use it. If they want it more aggressive, or just adjust it to a higher account balances, they can, of course, as well. So I'm going to show you from very conservative all the way up to more profit and more aggressive as well. So here we see a 4-hour time frame. So the software was running on a 4-hour time frame, which means it's not going to open a lot of trades. I can explain you a little bit that it's based on candlesticks. So it's based now on 4-hour candlesticks, therefore we have less trades. So you can see that we had a €125 profit with a 67 drawdown. Now this is one engine. So in the backtest reports, we got calculated 2 engines. But this is good for somebody that has, for example, a very low account balance. So it's very conservative. Mostly, I don't think anybody will use these settings because it needs to make you some money. But it is possible with this EA to go that low to account balances with that little amount of money. And this is one pair, so you can obviously let it run on multiple pairs as well if you want. So this is engine 1 on the 4-hour. This is engine 2 on the 4-hour with an €85 drawdown and €102 profit. So if you calculate them together, you would have around €230 profit, and the max round would have been around 80-ish of euro of drawdown. So very conservative. I like this because I don't like mostly a good EA covering everything in the highest peaks of drawdown. You want a 1 or 2, meaning that you double the profit at least of the drawdown that it's making. Otherwise, it doesn't really add up in my own opinion. So this was the 4-hour. Then we go and drag and drop the EA on the 1-hour, and then we see right now it's making around a €600 of profit with still an €87 of drawdown. That was the engine 1. The engine 2, however, makes a 700 profit with a 700 drawdown. So that means we had around 1,300, 1,400 profit with around the 700 of drawdown and the highest peak, which just was a little big around there. Then we can go to the 30-minute. It makes a 1,100 of profit with a 200 or almost a 300 euro drawdown. Engine 1, engine 2 at 2,300 euro profit with a 1,000 euro of drawdown. So again, you got to double it. So that's going to be around a 2,200 of euro of profit. So that way we can really go all the way down to the lower time frames and create more profit in a way that it's going to get more aggressive, or you're going to make more profit, and you can adjust it to all the account balances. And this is for just for one currency pair, which is Euro, Singapore dollar. Then you can put it really aggressive. For example, this one makes you an 8,000 euro profit with a 3,000 euro drawdown, engine 1, and engine 2 the same thing, which means that you will get around the 15,000, 16,000 euro profit here, and the max drawdown would have been around the 3,800, which is on backtesting, but we're going to have sells and buys at the same time running, so the drawdown is going to be a little bit less actually than that in reality, because some trades will be hedged as well. So this is actually quite decent, because then here you make 15,000 euro of profit with a 3,000, 4,000 euro drawdown, which means that you're tripling, you're making 3 times as much profit than the drawdown being created. For EA, that's the things that I like about it. So that being said, the EA itself is just trading the whole time with a trend. So that's the most important thing. You can adjust everything from all the time frames inside the EA to take profit levels, how many trades you want to take it. There's candlestick filters in it, there's RSI filters in it. So that means that whatever's happening in the market, you will be safe. It will not take trades when the market is crashing. So that can never happen. So basically, it's a very conservative EA in which you can adjust everything to your own needs. You can have a lot of time frame confluences with this EA as well. So yeah, this here you see as well, the backtesting here is still running as well. I'm always on the chart backtesting and backtesting, backtesting. And if we just look at some results here, the thing that I like about it is how stable the lot size is. So it's the whole time 0.1, and that's sometimes I think the max one here was 0.02. So quite smoothly trading. That's what I like. If we see here the whole year, it's been so smooth, and it's only like 1, 2, or 3 peaks that the lot size increased a little bit. And with that, I mean, it was a max of 1.11 lot size. So very stable, and that's the thing that I like about the Stratimus software. You can put it even with other results that's going even more stable. So yeah, in a quick depth, that is what Stratimus is all about. It's flexibility, it's everything. You can be adjust. You can put it as conservative as you want as well. And with the EA, I would say that it is not really a set and forget system, but once you let or use a certain results, the parameters in the EA, then at least you let it run for like 2 or 3 weeks to see how it is going. And then after that, maybe you can go and spice it up or tweak it around. So it's a little bit more less time consuming maybe than other EAs. And you also don't really have to watch out about news, because there's so much filters built inside the EA as well to keep it safe for everybody. So I hope that was a good explanation, a little bit in a very short time to explain everyone what it's all about. I have the weekly Zoom calls at 11 a.m. Eastern on a Sunday. So for everybody on this call, if you want to have like the full ended explanation, my weekly outlooks and everything about the software, 11 a.m. on Eastern Sunday is when I can get every weekend live for all of you guys, explain the software, answering questions, and then just look what the week might bring.
Killian, as always, you just you crushed it, man. Everyone's getting to see all these phenomenal new products, getting to see the marketplace, and we have a ton of other products also behind the scenes being tested, more and more to come. We're continuing to find the best technologies and the best products to bring to this Auvoria Prime Marketplace. And the developers you're hearing from today have, again, created some phenomenal products, and some of the ones that really just caught our attention and said, our customer base needs this. People in the retail world need this. These products are going to help so many people and really get the education to understand the markets and start, having success with it. I see Sal has his camera on. Sal, that normally means he has something exciting he wants to share with us before we get into the next speaker. So, Sal, what's going on?
Yeah, I just want to bring everyone up to speed. You actually took a lot of words right out of my mouth. Your mind was exactly what I was thinking. I want to make sure that the guests that are on today's call, because I know we have hundreds of guests that are not familiar with this whole process and what's happening. So to give you perspective, you're hearing from the developers and the creators of these Forex technology tools. Okay, these are tools that we're going to put in your hands. You can use them privately on your own phone, on your computer at home. And each tool that we're going to release are only tools that qualified. They had to pass really rigorous testing to qualify to be a part of our marketplace. And each tool was already being used by the developers to create their own portfolio of wealth. And so what's crazy about what we're doing is that right now we have 4 brand new tools all launching into the marketplace that were all created by 4 different development teams, and you're going to get access to all 4. Now, truthfully, as a consumer myself, I only feel like I need one of them. But when I hear that I get access to all 4 and I get to diversify and use 2, 3, 4 of them simultaneously, that's where it gets absolutely nuts. And I can't let this go without saying that, one of the challenging parts for the developers like Killian, who you just heard from, is, they didn't need to let the rest of the world get access to what they created. That's what's crazy about all of this, because the smart business person says, well, if the software works so good, then, why would they let other people use it? Why wouldn't they just use it themselves to just build wealth for themselves? And you're absolutely right. In fact, they were already using it for themselves to build their own wealth portfolios in the Forex market. And after months of talking and showing them what we're doing to try to help people, our developers learned that they have created something so special that most people out there in the world are not going to ever be able to create anything like that themselves. That's why it's so rare. It's so unique. So when you invent something yourself that's life-changing, how amazing is it when you just open that technology up to the rest of the world and you start building your own legacy, making an impact on the lives of other people? So I just wanted to give that perspective that what you're seeing right now are developers who beat out over 50 other developers because they have stellar products that can be accessible to the masses in helping build their own financial future, to take control of their finances. So that's all I wanted to share, Tyler, to give perspective, because sometimes you get on calls, you hear from speakers, you don't know who you're listening to, you don't know the value or the quality of what these people are actually saying. And I want to make sure that the guests that are on today's call, they understand that this was a 6-month process just to get to this point, to offer the best of the very best to the Auvoria Prime community.
And you took words out of my mouth on that one as well, because people are hearing, great. Wow. When I think about what is getting unveiled to every single one of you right now, it's like, I wish that I got to walk into this. What has had to happen for you to get the tools and the resources you're about to get access to is just unbelievable. And the value and the price point, I mean, there's nothing else out there in the world that I think gives you this much value for this price point. So we truly look forward to being a premier education system for all of you. And with that being said, I'm excited to also bring up our next speaker, because this is somebody I met about, 6 years ago. I was in a prior company with him, and he actually got out of, traditional network marketing industry for many years and just went straight into trading and coached thousands of people around the world himself with his own trading mentorship. And I saw that he was getting into the expert advisor space. And, I ended up getting to also meet his partner, who you're going to hear from on this call. And what they've designed is just incredible. They've ran it through over 13 years of historical data and back testing. And the products continue to blow my mind. I'm going to say 13 years. I mean, 13 on each, type of strategy, but, we're talking each currency pair. I'm not saying 13 years over 13 currency pairs. I'm talking 13 years over every currency pair the software trades. So that's a lot more testing and that actually needs to be done, but they've combined it all, and they're going to show you a lot of that data today, show you their baby, what they've created. And keep in mind, they've created tons of different expert advisor softwares, but this is what they believe to be their best work yet. And I'm excited for you to get to hear from Nick Legend, as you'll see on the call here, and his partner Fernando. But Nick, are you on the other line, my friend?
Yes. Hey Tyler, how you doing?
Man, I'm fired up and I'm excited. I know you are too. This is you're dusting off your shoulders and bringing a product back into an industry you kind of stepped out of for a while, and just focused on mastering your craft and trading. And I know you're excited to go help tons of people with what you guys have here. So excited to hear about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So just a little bit of background for some of you that don't know me. So I started trading a little over 7 years ago. That's when I started placing my first trades, and I'll never forget the day. I was at Cornell. It's a prestigious school, geniuses walking around. I remember I was working minimum wage, and I watched an engineer at Cornell literally place a trade, make a few $100s. And that led me into retail trading, understanding technical analysis, institutional analysis, and really going down that rabbit hole. But I got to a point where I realized there is me trading, time and hours into chart work and going down that. So when I got into this space, the software, the EA space behind trading, it was really, when I wrote down like my ideal scene with trading, it was to be in a position where I could control my income from anywhere in the world just with, internet connection. So going down this rabbit hole of software, it just really put me in that place of that original goal. And, like kind of feeding off what Sal said, every single day I have people ask me, can I use your EA? Can I use your algo? And I have to tell them no, because literally, legally, I can't. The only way that I can offer this, and it's through this company here. So with that, we have two different modes. One of them is the primary power system, which is a trend system. It's set up on 3 different instruments. Fernando will pull up some of the data here in a bit. And that's primarily looking at trading trends on the hour time frame. Something about this system is we look to actually scale into winning trades on that. So you're never going to go ahead and be scaling into losing trades. So with that in mind, the drawdown is really conservative in the way that we program this for you guys. It's ideal for people that are looking for something that they can load up on their chart, turn on. The settings are optimized for those specific instruments. Everything loads up. You just have to choose your risk level, and that's the primary system. Along with that, we have pretty much the intraday system, which is an add-on. It works on one instrument, and that intraday system, which we'll show you some of the stats here in a bit, it's something where you're going to pull out, 2, 3, a few positions a week, but we couple these together to give us basically a mini portfolio. And from what I've learned with EAs, when you have a portfolio with different systems that aren't correlated, you can get a much smoother growth in equity. And we pretty much are offering this in a way where you can choose which way you want to run it. Fernando is a genius, and together we've been working on this for years. And Fernando, if you want to go ahead and take it from here and actually pull up the stats.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Perfect. So, hey everyone, as Nick said, my name is Fernando. We've been working together, I think, for over a year now. And a little bit of my background, I started trading like 6 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago. And I started as a manual trader as well. So I think one of the biggest, most important things that you have to look into when developing a system is that you not only understand what you're doing as a coder or as a developer, but also what that means in terms of, okay, why am I coding this feature? Why am I making my system do this thing? Or why I'm taking this approach to solve X or Y problem that I might be facing during the development phase. And that's why we we're able to work together, and in such a way that we built a very, very robust system that was pretty much aimed to gain a statistical edge in the market that allows us to come ahead and generate some profit most of the time. And as Tyler also said, we focused on making the system go through a lot of different market conditions. Because, you can have a system that performs really well during a certain period of time, but there might be other periods where the system goes through a lot of through some trouble, mainly due to market conditions, to headlines on X or Y news that might be happening out there, or some things like that. And basically, the way that we approach that issue is to make it to go through the pretty much all the available data we had, which is back from 2008. So that means that we've tested over high volatility periods, such as like the Great Financial Crisis back in 08, 09. We went through, for example, Brexit. That the initial like negotiation and stuff happened like 4 years ago or something like that, and then actually right now we're going through the final phases of that thing going on. We've gone through the pandemic, through special events such as the accidents on the nuclear plants on Japan, and to place it in a short word, basically through a lot of market conditions to make sure that the system can hold up. And if it gets in trouble, then that trouble doesn't mean that the account gets a big hit. And that's when the word drawdown comes in. That basically means a drawdown base, but for the ones that are not that related to trading or to algorithmic systems, drawdown means that your system was here and then it went down here. So it's that period where you got a loss, then that is your drawdown. So basically what we aim for is to reduce that as much as we can and to maximize the potential return as well as much as we could. And basically I'm going to show you right now that I gave you a brief overview about how pretty much about how we went when developing this system. I'm going to show you a little bit of the data that we've gathered through the extensive, actually really extensive testing over a bunch of years, and also run you by some live accounts that we have running. And at the end of of my part of the webinar, I'm gonna show you how one of the parts that Nick said about diversification plays a big effect during when you trade. Actually, not only when you're manual trading, but also when you're using automated system, which is basically diversification, which I think, in my opinion, is the very biggest or the largest advantage that this opportunity that Auvoria has put together for everyone of us has. So basically, starting off a little bit with the data, right now we have 4 supported pairs. One of them is gold. And as you can see here, we have some statistics. We have $3,000 initial deposit. We had a final total net profit of 27K over obviously 13 years of data. 12 and a half, roughly 13. So yeah, it's a pretty nice return. We have a relatively small drawdown. We have only a 17% drawdown, and that means that the largest losing period that the account went through only went through a 17% loss. And as you can see here, we have the equity curve, and it's not a system that only wins. It's a system that takes losses when needed. And as you can see, we have very nice periods. Actually, around here was the pandemic time, which actually helped a lot on the performance, since Neo likes a lot the volatility on the markets. So we have that advantage around here. And here's like a small breakdown of the trades. Here, as you can see, we start off by having some profits here and there. We also take losses when needed. We have nice periods of winning streaks. We have periods of losing streaks, as any strategy that's out there in the market. And then, that's like a brief rundown of gold. Then we also trade the Great British Pound Canadian Dollar currency pair, which works for the intraday mode. And for this one, as you can see, the equity curve is a lot smoother, and that's a reason for that. And the reason for this is that the intraday mode does uses recovery techniques. So that means that if we have a trade that gets in trouble, then Neo is gonna automatically aim for trade its way out of the position. Obviously for avoiding a balance hit. So that means that you could have some positions with a floating drawdown. That means some positions that have a current floating negative result, but it's currently, the Neo is gonna work actively to get you out of those positions for a profit. And that's why you see pretty much a really smooth line when compared to the gold one. And here we have, a bunch of trades as well, going back from 2008. And some rough stats about the strategy: the same initial deposit. We're talking about the $3,000 to 33K over the last 12.5, 13 years of data. And as well a small drawdown. We are talking about a sub 15% drawdown on this case. Then we have a couple of more pairs. We have Euro versus New Zealand dollar, which is one of the main system pair. That means that it's aiming for trading with a trend. And we took a 3K account to 17K. As you can see, the equity curve in this case is not as smooth, but it's still going up. We have some trades going on our way. We have some profits here and there. We have some losses here and there. But overall, we have a really nice growth, as well as with the Great British Pound Swiss franc, which is the last pair that we currently have running for NEO. And now that all this is, all this sounds good. We're talking about backtest results. We're talking about the system going through a lot of market data, going through a lot of market conditions. But really all comes to live performance, because this is like a brief overview, or like an overview and the tool we have as developers to test out how a system would behave under certain market conditions, under certain settings actually. And we do need this to come across with, nice settings that have proven to work over the years of historical data. But we also need to validate that with live trading conditions. So we have here pretty much like a thought process, or here's pretty much how you can think about NEO. And this is one of the youngest account we have that, has been running for a little bit over a month. And right now you can see that it started really smooth. Then we got in trouble. It took a loss when needed, and then it started going back up again. And this is how your account might look at the beginning. And that's why we emphasize a lot that diversification is key. Because as soon as you let NEO to run, to do its thing, to just pretty much conquer the markets, hopefully, you start getting more and more trades, and that means that your growth on your account is gonna start becoming more apparent. And as you can see here, we have another account that's kind of more aggressive. It's have been running for more days actually, and well, we have a much larger gain. We do have the same loss we had on the other account, and overall we have been a pretty nice result as well on this one. And then once you allow NEO to do its thing during a longer time frame, because as you can face a very nice period, you can face a quite bad period, all things average out to have a really nice and stable growth on your account. And as you can see, we're not aiming to make 100% a month. We're not aiming to triple or quadruple your account in one day. We're aiming for a system that's sustainable and that we've proved through testing data that's high quality that it can survive on the long run. Because if you understand compound interest, you know that when you start compounding your account, it's gonna be a way rockets like ride, But yeah, we're pretty much aiming for that. We're aiming for small, consistent gain month after month. If we have to take a loss, we are going to take a loss, and with all the main objective being that we have a stable experience, a good experience for you guys, and that you have at the end of the year, or at the end of the quarter, or at the end of 2 quarters of the month, through the year, you're going to have most likely a good result. And that brings me to the last part of what I wanted to show you. And this is going to show you pretty much what diversification means. That this is going to show you how important it is to have a diversified way to, or a diversified approach to the markets. As you can see here, we have a portfolio. That means that on this report, we have all the pairs, the supported pairs by NEO running together. It's not a compounding test, it's just an aggregate. That means that if one account made 10K and the other one made 10K, then the total result is going to be 20. So it's not going to compound between each other, so that way we don't skew the results and make them appear more profitable than they should be, or something like that. And as you can see here through the reports, we have a breakdown of each month since January 2008 all the way up to October 2020. And as you can see, we have years where we had no month with loss. We have years where we had actually 3 months at a negative result back to back, which actually was the worst period that NEO went through. And then it's pretty much something that goes, the experience goes pretty much somewhere in the middle, where you have a negative month here, you have a negative month there. But overall, most of the months come across at a profit. And when you see it on a chart, and when you actually evaluate how that looks like, as far as like growth, as far as how my account is going to look. As you can see, if you run each mode or each pair separately, I should say, for example, we can see that on Euro and CD, you have a growth on your account. You have a nice performing system, but that has some dips here and there that goes into drawdown periods. If we see now the breakdown of each month on this specific currency pair, we see that we in fact have a lot of more negative bonds. If we go to, for example, GBP CAD, which is the mode that's designed to not take a balance hit but trade its way out of the positions, you can see that we don't actually have a negative bonds, but that means basically that all the drawdown that we had using the intraday mode was a floating drawdown, and that means that we pretty much had a clean run on the backtest, which means we have a very smooth equity curve. But and we also have, for example, gold. That's kind of a point in between where you have some negative ones here and there, but you also have big wins, as you know, because gold tends to like to trend in one direction and hold that. And remain the same way for a long period of time. And when you see each system on its own or each pair on its own, you might think, oh, okay, this is a nice system. It's not amazing, but it's nice. But what happens is that when you diversify your portfolio and combine everything into one single account, and that is the blue line, you start to understand why diversification is so important to us and why actually that is a big thing to consider when you're getting into algorithmic trading. Because when one strategy start having a losing period, other strategy was having a profit. And then we have other strategy that are pretty much doing break even, and then we have other strategy that's doing amazing. And that's because certain market conditions are best for certain currency pairs and for certain strategies. And that way, when you combine everything, you get pretty much an outstanding result with a system that, you get excellent results from systems that are good. And that's why we aim for making a system that can hold up as much as we can, that come across at a profit hopefully most of the times, no matter what the market conditions are when testing, and that actually holds up as well during live market conditions on live accounts, on demo accounts, and managed accounts. So yeah, that's pretty much sums up a brief introduction of Neo. That was kind of a mouthful. I know that some of you guys are not that related to trading or that are new to trading. And so if you have any questions or if you have anything pretty much that you want to ask, either Nick or I, you can do that on our weekly calls that are going to be on Sunday, I think at 12:30 Eastern time. So yeah, you can get in touch with us there. You can ask any questions that you want related to trading, related to technical analysis, related to algorithmic trading, or pretty much just pick your brains or ask whatever you want pretty much. So yeah, that would sum up brief overview of Neo. So yeah, man, I hope that was a relatively nice explanation, and well, I hope to see you guys on our weekly calls.
Fernando and Nick, you just took it away with that one. I know everyone is so excited to get access to these products, and especially products that have different strategies as well as than your traditional cost averaging. And using different products like that. And I know that they have that with intraday mode there, but they can also turn it off, right? We give people the ability to do so many different things with all these different expert advisors and do the most important thing, which is diversification, right? A lot of people preach in life diversification. Here, you're getting to go into an arena and within one company get to diversify yourself in so many different ways. And at such an incredible cost. I mean, I really don't believe there's anywhere else in the world that for this dollar value, you can get this value. So I'm excited about that. And we're going to go ahead and throw it back to Sal so that he can actually get into the next portion of what we have to share with you guys today, which is going to be all the new promotions, because we are launching some incredible promotions here in Auvoria Prime to get you access to all these products and to help you launch as quickly as possible. Or if you're brand new on the other line and maybe you're still a little bit skeptical, or you might be like, okay, I still don't understand this. It sounds like way over my head, right? We want to give you access to it where it's just a no-brainer for you to get started and at least try it out. So with that being said, Sal, go ahead and take it away, my friend.
Okay. Give me 1 second here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up, I actually have some images. Okay, perfect. Tyler, do you see where it says promotion number 1?
I do see that.
Okay, perfect. So I brought up these images on my computer, and I've said this once just about 10 or 15 minutes ago. I just want to reiterate it. Normally we don't go into this much detail when it comes to how all of this works. Today was a special call because we have the developers of the software on the call. We have a lot of new guests coming on, and there's a lot of skeptics out there, and that's a very good thing. Like, if you're going to be real, if you're going to be authentic, if you're going to say something that you have something incredible, you better be prepared to back it up. And that was really a big part of the purpose of today's call is if we're saying, look, we've been testing these products for 6 months, we believe that we have a revolutionary new model for the average person who's never traded before to get involved, follow our step-by-step system, start building their own portfolio to try to create wealth for their future to leverage technology, then we better back it up. And I hope after seeing all 4 development teams that you all just heard from, that you can see that this is the real deal, right? This isn't fake. It's not fluff. It's not hype. We're not blowing hot air. We're not just saying that we have some amazing technology in the background when, it's just some Me Too opportunity that anyone can get. This is like magic that came together. And so to couple that with the promotions that we're launching that I'm going to show you right here, it's a no-brainer to get involved right now, start promoting the launch of the marketplace, and start changing your financial future, right? So first off, the first promotion that we launched, this actually started October 3rd, and it's going to keep running until the 16th. So there's only 3 more days for this promotion for you to take advantage of it. So this is for affiliates, right? This is for people that are referring other people to Auvoria Prime. You can earn a free 14-day access pass for every 2 new customers that you enroll within a week. So what that means is that if you refer 2 people to Auvoria Prime, we're going to give you a 14-day access pass, which it's basically like a certificate that you can go hand out for free to anybody else that you want, right? And if that person likes what they see when they try the software, when they try the marketplace for free, they become an enrolled customer, you could actually earn bonuses on that. So that's the first promotion, is basically for every 2 people that someone enrolls, they're going to get an extra 3rd membership offer for free for someone to try for 14 days. The second promotion that we also launched on the 3rd, this is also for affiliates, okay? And then I'm going to get into the customers right now because that's probably more applicable to the audience that we have on this call here. But anyone who hits the rank of Visionary 600, and you're like, what does that even mean? What's Visionary 600? Well, you're about to hear from Derek Alexander, who's going to break that down and talk about the growth and the partners that we have in the affiliate space that are helping Auvoria Prime grow, that actually help put this call together and help bring a lot of the invites. Anyone who achieves the special benchmark of Visionary 600, which just means basically they've referred a total of 12 people to Auvoria Prime, we're going to give them 5 more 14-day access passes for free to go pass out for free to 5 more people, right? So this is an effort where we're putting these free software trials in people's hands to go pass out to continue to spread the word. And then obviously you get paid for that activity when those customers become actual customers and enroll and upgrade with an access pass. Now, another big promotion here, this is actually the 4th one. I'm going to bring up the 3rd one here, but I have number 4 here on the screen. So I'm just bringing them up in the order that I had them displayed on. Any customer who's already active, right? So we have customers on this call that are already active. However many remaining days left you have on your subscription before the marketplace launches on October 17th will be prorated into October 17th. And what we're going to do for those of you that are already active is you'll be able to upgrade to a silver pass for the current cost of one software. So what does that mean? To keep it simple, for the last 6 months, while we've been working in the background building out this new marketplace, we've had a membership for customers where they pay $189 a month to get 1 software license. What we're going to do for the customers that have been on that program is for the same exact cost of $189, they're going to be able to upgrade their account to a silver access where they get 2 software tools to use simultaneously. So it's a 2-for-1 offer for all of our current customers. Now, if someone still has remaining days left on their current subscription because they're active, and let's say they just renewed their subscription, let's say 2 weeks ago, then we're going to prorate that credit into their account and deduct that from the 189 amount. And so we have a lot of customers that are actually getting ready on October 17th to get access to a silver access pass. That means 2 software. That means they're diversified, right? It's the best way to build your own portfolios with a diversified plan. And they're going to pay even less than 189 for 2 software. And like Tyler said, the value of this is a no-brainer. Me as an entrepreneur, as an investor myself with my own personal life and with my own personal finances, I would pay thousands of dollars for this technology. No-brainer, hands down, no questions asked. You show me a technology that sends me trade alerts right to my phone where I get to review and just click yes or no on whether or not I want to enter that manual trade. It's a no-brainer. Looking at the data, looking at the history of people following the system, of the type of profits people have been able to create so far, I'll take a risk on that. I'll take my chances on getting involved in something like that, and I would gladly pay thousands of dollars. So to be able to pay 189 or even less than that to get 2 software tools, then it's just a no-brainer. And then I'm going to bring up the last one here, which is for new customers. That means if you're not even involved with us. So anyone who gets involved between now and the 17th, okay, so today's the 13th, this is what we're going to do. Normally, when you enroll as a customer, your subscription is every 30 days. What we're going to do is we're going to extend your subscription out. That means if you enroll today, we're going to extend your subscription out to where you don't have to renew your subscription until the 17th of November. Okay, so you get an extra 5 days, 4 to 5 days on your subscription. So that's about 35 days of access to the software. And then this is what we're going to do is even if you enroll with just 1 software license, which is a bronze access, if you enrolled with that, what we're going to do is on the 17th, we're going to give you access to a second software at no additional cost for you to try a diversified package. So why are we doing that? Well, just like we were offering the 2-for-1 offer to existing customers, we're extending a similar offer to brand new customers, okay? Because our current price point today, if someone were to enroll, is $267 for the first month and then $189 per month. So for that same price point, instead of getting 1 software, we're going to let you upgrade to 2 software without paying an additional fee, and we're going to push your subscription out to November 17th. So we're trying to be as generous as possible. We're trying to be as creative as possible. For those of you that are looking at this, wondering if whether or not you should give it a try, we're trying to bring the price down, give you extra access, put extra products in your hand. What does that show? It just shows confidence. Okay, a company that's not confident, they're going to want to charge you as much as possible up front, no refunds, and then disappear, right? We're so confident in the new model that we've created because we've been testing it for 6 months and what it can do for your life, that we're lowering the price, extending your access out, and even adding extra software to your subscription for free. Why? Because we know once you use it, if you learn how to use it effectively, which is on you, you're going to see the power. You're going to see the value in what we created. Why do we know that? Why are we confident? Because we've already seen it happen hundreds and hundreds of times over again. That's why we're ready to open up to the rest of the world. So those are the 4 promotions that we're launching right now. Extra bonuses and commissions, extra free 14-day access passes to our affiliates who are already helping us grow. So that's just extra rewards for doing what you do anyways, which is to build your business, reducing prices, extending your subscription out, adding extra software to our new customers who get started. And obviously, if you're on the fence and you know you're going to eventually get started, you might as well just get started today so that you enjoy that extension out to the 17th of November. Because even if you got started tomorrow, that's still getting extended to the 17th of November. So you might as well get started today, pick up the extra day. There's no sense in delaying, right? So with that being said, Tyler, I'm going to pass the call back to you to introduce Mr. Derek Alexander to go over the rewards plan. And I want to say this, that this would somewhat conclude what we wanted to show potential customers. What we're going to talk about next is where you can be paid financially as an affiliate of Auvoria Prime if you were to help us spread the word. And then at the end of this call, we're going to give you a special link, okay, which is probably in about the next 20 minutes from now. We're going to give you a special link where you can get access to real results. As I just said, we've already seen the power of this software for hundreds and hundreds of people. We're going to substantiate that. We're not here to make claims that we can't back up and verify. So we're going to give you a special link where you can join an exclusive group by permission, by invite only, where you can get access to these results. And I want you to think of this, okay, no matter how confusing or complicated any of this sounded, hearing from these whizzes, these geniuses who are software developers who have created something unprecedented, you need to ask yourself, if hundreds of people have been able to use this system and use these technologies to create financial success, then why not you? This is what we're talking about, using technology. Are you on the right path to get the future that you want? We're offering you an opportunity to find that right path, to learn how to use technology to create more income. So we're going to show that in about 20 minutes from now, right after going through the rewards plan. It's something that you're not going to want to miss. You'll be able to invite people to that exclusive group as well. So you want to make sure you get the actual domain. And with that being said, Tyler, I'm going to pass the call back to you to introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Derek Alexander, to go over the rewards plan.
I don't know about you guys, but if those promotions don't get you super excited, I don't know what else will. This has just been such a value-packed call, and the value in every single product you're about to get access to. Like I said, there's nothing better else out there that you could go do, I believe, with the money that you have to spend to get access to this platform right now. But with that being said, I'm super excited to introduce our next guest speaker. I've known about Mr. Derek Alexander now for about 8 years and got the chance to start working with him about 3 years ago. And all around, just you're going to get to hear from somebody who's put his heart and soul into understanding compensation plans, network marketing, building the business, relationship marketing. And he's going to go ahead and share with you guys why he's so excited about our new compensation plan and how revolutionary it is for the newest person looking to get started with this, maybe even just start as a customer and start sharing it with some friends once they see results, and how lucrative it can get when people start seeing results with these products as well. But Derek, are you there, my friend?
Tyler, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. All right. For those of you that are on the call, guys, drop a 777 for all the speakers that have popped in if you think they have done a good job. If you think they've done a good job so far, drop a 777 in that chat. Let's blow that chat up with sevens. And I want to say, for those of you that have stayed on, as long as you have, I want to commend you. Right? It shows that you guys are really trying to take time out of your Tuesday and really educate yourself on something that can truly better not just your life, but people that you may know as well. So here's a scenario for you. I don't want to walk you through this. Let's say you use some of these software, right? Let's say you use some of these products and you're starting to see them working. You're starting to see them work really, really well, whether it takes you a week, whether it takes you a day, whether it takes you a month, or maybe even a year. But in that expanded amount of time, you start noticing that this is really powerful. This is really creating a piece of income that I can actually use on a day-to-day basis. Wouldn't it be weird for you not to share that if it's as simple as an app on your phone? Wouldn't it just be convenient to share that with someone? Well, I'm going to break through the actual rewards plan where we can show you how you can actually earn an entirely different set of commission-based income for doing just that, for sharing something that honestly would probably be organic and natural to do anyway once you become a customer already with Auvoria Prime. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here. And if you guys could just, send a little love in the chat and let me know if you can see my screen. So looks like we're good. Let's let this thing load. All right. So I want to welcome you guys to the Auvoria Prime Rewards Plan. For those of you that have gone through this, you go, all right, you know what? I've seen it. I see the products work. It looks awesome. How do I share this with people? We're going to dive into that right now. I do need to make a quick disclaimer. We are all about compliance, so I got to read through this really fast and just recognize the Auvoria Prime LLC, Auvoria Prime Compensation Plan is an exciting opportunity that rewards you for selling products and services and for sponsoring other participants who do the same. Although the opportunity is unlimited, individual results will vary depending on the commitment levels and sales skills of each participant known as an affiliate. Since Auvoria Prime has recently launched, it lacks enough statistical data to prepare reliable income disclosures. The numbers below reflect estimates prepared by by the company pending a more detailed survey to be conducted after its first year. But based on industry standards and company projections, the average annual gross income for affiliates is projected to be anywhere between $500 and $2,000. There will certainly be affiliates who will earn less, while others will earn much more. We're excited about the Auvoria Prime compensation plan, and we're confident it will provide you a solid foundation to help you achieve your financial goals. If income projections were presented to you prior to your enrollment, such projections are not necessarily representative of the income, if any, that you can or will earn through your participation in the compensation plan. These income projections should not be considered as guarantees or projections of your actual earnings or profits. Ultimately, success with the Auvoria Prime results only from hard work, dedication, and leadership. Let's rock. So what is the rewards plan? Well, we have a very unique program that's for customers and affiliates that want to have fun, get some products for free, and really start earning another source of cash flow other than what our phenomenal products can do. So the first thing is realizing how we have a special series of passes that you can choose. So you get in based off your access pass level. So the access pass that you determine really is just determining how many Forex software tools you're going to be using. If you want to just use one, you can do the bronze pass, right? You can just get in with one activation. What most people do, because they understand the value of diversification, is get anywhere between the silver, gold, or platinum access passes. Now, we have a lot of people on this call that are locking with the platinum passes because you just saw 4 phenomenal software. Why would you only want to run one? Why not run all 4? So again, it is based off you. And if you have one, you can choose to switch through each EA week to week. But most people, we believe, are going to be getting diversification as much as possible because diversification really is king in the financial markets. So once you find out what pass makes the most sense to you and you realize now you're a customer of AP, there are a ton of benefits with it, as we've learned on this call, right? You get that AP marketplace with all those unique products. You can switch to any Forex tool on a weekly basis. You get access to the entire mastery course. And then a really fun thing is you can get this stuff for free. You can get this product for free. So you don't have to worry about your monthly subscription month after month after month, really just kind of draining your wallet. On the other side, you could get the product absolutely free, so you don't have to worry about paying that month to month. So let's dive more into what that looks like, okay? How does that work? So first, you purchase your actual pass, bronze pass, silver, gold, platinum, whatever fits your lifestyle. Once you purchase it, you refer 2 personally enrolled customers who also have an active pass at any level. And as long as you have a total of 3 active passes, not including yours in your group that equal yours, you're good. You now have gotten your product for free. So every month you'll earn enough money that covers that monthly subscription, was what we advise all customers do before they become an affiliate so they can actually get their product completely free. So what are the benefits now after you've done that of becoming an affiliate? Well, you know you have access to that marketplace with unique software that you can switch at any time. And you know you have access to that education platform, but now you can earn a huge series of different bonuses and tons of other great rewards, and you can tap into actual residual income. Imagine getting a check every single Friday of the week. Similar to if you have a job, maybe you're a business that you have pay you weekly, the exact same concept can happen here if you scale a team as an affiliate. So we talked about this. You start as a customer. If you aren't already, you make sure you make an account and lock in that software. Then you get that free subscription. You get that 3 for free. And then you start figuring out your own narrative. You create your own story, your own identity with how this whole company has made an impact and influenced your life, ideally in a positive way. And then you scale your own business with the affiliate program, your own personal business that can be ran anywhere around the world as long as you got a phone or a laptop. So there's some really important terms that you need to know if you do plan to grow the affiliate model. And I'm going to dive into those right now. So the first is POP, which just means product of the product, right? It's someone that is a user of the product. So POP qualified will just be one active personal access pass. So if you're POP qualified, it means you're using one of the access passes. Personal Team Pass is the access passes from your personally enrolled customers, which includes to one of your own passes as well, okay? So then commission qualified is simply just being an affiliate, right? That means you've qualified to be able to earn commissions from Auvoria Prime by upgrading to that affiliate package. So here's the steps, right? You become an affiliate. You personally enroll 3 qualified customers, right? So 3 POP customers, and you do with 1 in each leg because we have a 3-leg structure. Then you generate 4 personal access passes, and your personal access pass would count as one of those, okay? And that's how you start working towards the process of building your legacy residual income. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to break down the 4 different bonuses that Auvoria Prime offers for those of you that would like to qualify for these commissions and get the software in the hands of a lot of people. And the first one we're going to talk about is that direct sales bonus, which is a simple one. You earn $40 for personally enrolled customers who just purchased their lifetime access pass to the Auvoria Prime Academy and software. So you have someone get the software, well, then you earn a $40 commission for sponsoring that individual into Auvoria Prime. Think of it as like a fast start commission, some quick cash when you bring in new customers. The next is what's called the booster bonus. And this is a new one that's really unique and really powerful. You will receive a 14-day access pass for every 2 people you enroll during a week. So let's say, for example, I'm talking to Sal. I really want him to use this software. I think it could change his life. You know, he's really frustrated. He's in a position where he needs some help. He needs a way out of his current rat race situation. And I want him to try the software, but he just doesn't believe it. He said, Forex sounds confusing. I could barely spell Forex, F-O-R-X. That doesn't even make sense. Is it an E? Is it an X? What is it? And he's not even willing to get on a webinar like this, get on a call, get on a video, get on the phone, get on FaceTime. None of it. He's just closed-minded the whole thing. I'm like, man, what do I do? Well, what I do is I go, look, I have a completely free 14-day pass. All you have to do is let this run on a demo account for 14 days. And if you don't like the results after 14 days, guess what? It was free. You don't have to do anything. And if you like it, well, then you're going to be able to see what it can do on a demo account. Well, maybe it can do something similar live. This is a risk-free way where you can get people that may be a little bit more confused, a little skeptical, a little scared, a little timid, a little shy, to actually make that commitment to get involved and use this product, not from what you say, really important, not from what you say, but more importantly, from what they see. We build a business based on results. See, it's not common in this industry anymore to build businesses based off results. And that's what makes Auvoria Prime so different. Rather than what we say, we let the results do all of the education and all of the talking. So if you consistently do this, and you get to a rhythm where you're bringing in 2 people every single week, and you're currently sponsoring more and more people, you're going to start getting more and more free passes. So just like you give away coupons, you can give away passes to people all day to let them experience these phenomenal software. All right, so now let's talk about the Momentum Builder bonus. This is a fun one for the whole company. This is where we all dive in and we all compete with each other. So you got to be commission qualified to earn this bonus, but the company has $20 they put in for every new customer who purchases their lifetime access to AP. They have that $20 go what's called into a momentum builder pool. All right. So every $20 per user goes into a momentum builder pool. So the more customers that you refer who purchase their lifetime access, the more points you will earn. So you can earn points throughout the entire week that are being tallied up. And to determine the value of those points, we take the total in the pool and divide it by the total number of points earned. So your bonus is that point value times the number of points you earned. So I'll give you guys an example for this, okay? So let's say you personally sponsor 6 new customers during the weekly period, okay? Well, you would earn 2 points, and let's just assume that the point value is $146.34 per point. Well, you would then earn 2 points, which is multiplied, so 146 or $292.68, right? So it's multiplied by that point value. So every single week, the point values change. The amount differs. But guess what? On the 17th, we're releasing all of these new products. So what do you think the point value is going to be over the next 30 days? You think it's going to be low? No way. You're going to want to be logging into your back office every single day checking the point value because it's going to be absolutely massive. So you can be getting these free 14-day access passes by sponsoring people and double dipping your nuggets into this momentum bonus pool. So that's a way you can earn 2 for 1 by doing the simple steps of what we said in the beginning, sharing this software with people you love and care about who maybe need this. So here's my favorite. This is the one that is in my opinion, the one that creates a lot more contentment, a lot more excitement, a lot more peace of mind, right? We all like predictability in life. We like to be able to expect patterns and consistencies. Well, the Legacy Rewards program creates opportunities for building residual income, which is king. It truly is. The people that create residual income in life, they're the people that have true freedom to live how they want to live. So we created a pay structure that's a simple to really understand, but it's based on the volume that you have in your organization, and it pays you out on a weekly basis. So if you look on this slide, you're going to see on one side, there's all these different ranks, and each rank has a weekly residual. So I'm going to dive in here and explain how you would hit these different ranks and earn these weekly residuals, okay? So you have your own personally qualified customers. These are the people that you personally sponsor, where it says pop qualified personals. So as long as you have those people personally sponsored, and as long as you build a certain amount of people on your team that are ordering a certain amount of licenses, and a license counts as a point, you'll see those qualified points there. That would then equal the amount of residual income you earn on a weekly basis. Now, your small leg will have to qualify for some of these. And I'm going to dive into this a little bit more on the next slide so you understand. But basically the idea is you share this with 3 people who share with 3 people, and you keep duplicating that process, sharing it with other people. And as that grows, the company's making revenue from more people using the software. And instead of paying traditional advertising or billboards, they're going to take that same cash flow and deposit it back into your pockets for doing the same thing big companies could do. And this allows us to actually benefit from that rewards plan and that revenue rather than any other way that it could be used, which is an amazing opportunity for people like you and me to share things we're already using. So you do have to have a minimum of 1 person in each lane to do this. And you must make sure you have a 55% customer ratio, which as long as you're following the process of becoming a customer, then getting your 3 for free, then upgrade to an affiliate, it's not a big deal, right? It's not an issue. And then for Visionary and Visionary 500 only, you have to have up to 2 of your personal active licenses count towards your qualified group points. So how do we build this structure? How do we grow it? It's very simple. You get 3, you help those 3 get 3, and then you teach them how to get their 3. So essentially what I'm saying here is you get 3, help them get 3, and teach that strategy again to get 3. If you duplicate that process of 3s, even 3 levels down, and you have everyone doing it at a bronze pass, right? Just the $99 bronze pass, that's 39 passes, 39 points, which would create a $500 a month income for you. If you do that at the silver package, that alone has 78 points, creating $1,200 a month in residual income. If you had everyone do it at a gold pass, that's 117 points, creating $1,200 a month in residual income. And if you get everyone on the platinum pass, that's 156 points, which is $2,500 a month in residual income right there. Guys, when you look at this on an annual basis for something so simple, it's pretty remarkable that people even have the ability to do this. So how is it possible to do this with different licenses? This may look intimidating, but it's not. Trust me. Just like when you saw some of these amazing EA developers show the different types of charts and pairs of the Forex markets, it may look intimidating. It's not. I'm going to explain how simple this is. You see here on the ranks, that's simple, right? It's just the different names of each rank in the actual company. Now you see here, it says 1 access pass, 2 access pass, 3 access pass, 4 access pass. This is just assuming that everyone on your team is using 1, 2, 3, or 4 passes. So the first one would be the idea of everyone on your team getting the bronze pass. Well, you see here, if you have a total of 6 points, 2, 2, and 2, that would pay you that first rank. So, however, if you look at, let's say, Icon 10,000 as an example, you see at the bronze pass, right, 1 access pass, at that level, you need 1,000 different licenses to hit that rank. But if you got everyone on the platinum pass, you only need 250 people because each person represents a different pass. Each person's paying for multiple licenses, which equates to multiple points. So as you see here, it's not about how many people you get involved on your team. It's about the quality of the people that you bring in and their ability to diversify with the products that are used. That's why so many people are getting platinum passes, because it shows the ability to run all of these products and get their own experience through each one. So they have not just one story, but 4 different stories to share with people that also want to learn more about this opportunity and how it could benefit their lives. This is unprecedented. A rewards plan like this is not common. You will not see anything like this where you don't only have a trinary plan, which is incredibly profitable, but on top of that, the ability to customize your own specific packages, but then have that all equal in the long-term compensation plan model to pay you what your entire team deserves and what you deserve as well. You will not find something like this in this industry. It is unprecedented. It's never been done before, especially with the quality products that you've seen on this presentation. It just hasn't happened. So again, don't get off the call yet. I got to pass this back to Tyler. He's going to bring on Sal to give some important information to share with you the actual juice, the goods about what these products can really do, the numbers on the board that we know you guys want to see. But just remember that the Auvoria Prime LLC, Auvoria Prime Compensation Plan is an exciting opportunity that rewards you for selling products and services and for sponsoring other participants who do the same. And although the opportunity is unlimited, individual results will vary depending on the commitment levels and sales skills of each participant known as an affiliate. Since Auvoria Prime has recently launched, it lacks enough statistical data to prepare reliable income disclosures. The numbers below reflect estimates prepared by the company pending a more detailed survey to be conducted after its first year. And based on industry standards and company projections, the average annual gross income for affiliates is projected to be anywhere between $500 to $2,000. There will certainly be affiliates who will earn less while others will earn much more. And we're excited about the Auvoria Prime compensation plan. And we're confident it will provide you a solid foundation to help you achieve your financial goals. If income projections were presented to you prior to your enrollment, such projections are not necessarily representative of the income, if any, that you can or will earn through your participation in the compensation plan. These income projections should not be considered as guarantees or projections of your actual earnings or profits. Ultimately, success with Auvoria Prime results only from hard work, dedication, and leadership. So guys, thank you so much for actually taking the time to learn about that rewards plan and how powerful it is for so many people. I see a lot of people are still on this call. So I'm going to pass it back to you, Tyler. And yeah, you can take it from there. Thank you, guys.
That rewards plan just got me super excited. I mean, again, there is so much value in what we have here. And if you haven't seen that yet, I think you might be blind. With that being said, I'm going to throw it to Sal so he can give you some real insight, because this is the most incredible opportunity out there right now. And for those of you who are going to get access to this platform, the leadership, the community, the products, like I said, there's nothing dollar for dollar out there. I think you can find that can compare even to what we've created here, and we're just getting started.
Absolutely. So I like to always say a phrase that success leaves clues. We still have well over 200 people here on the call that were interested in the rewards plan presentation. Just so you know who you just heard from Derek Alexander, he's built accounts in his own career, affiliate accounts, where between him and his partners building one account, that account has gotten qualified to over $100,000 per month in affiliate commissions, right? That's what he's done. So you have to ask yourself, well, if someone like that who's achieved over $100,000 a month in income from an affiliate model, if a person like that is building this one, it shows how much potential is there, right? No one's going to go from earning some type of income like that into some dud plan, right? When you start earning those types of incomes and revenues as an online affiliate, you start being able to recognize what a good opportunity is. And so that says a lot, because again, success leaves clues. We've attracted some incredible affiliates, even Tyler himself. He's achieved phenomenal affiliate incomes in the past. I know he's excited about jumping into the affiliate plan. We have over 1,000 affiliates that are getting ready to take this to the next level. Now we're gonna do something live, okay? Like literally right now. So we have one of our top affiliate leaders who's on standby, and he is inside Auvoria Prime's Facebook group. All right. Now, how do you access that Facebook group? Why am I saying this? So if you went to auvoriaprime.com/results, okay, RESULTS, auvoriaprime.com/results. That takes you to the Auvoria Prime Facebook group, where you have to request access, okay? Because we don't spam advertisements publicly showing everything that we're doing. We only want to show exclusive results to people who request access. So if you're interested to see what these software technologies have done for other actual users throughout the last 3, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months of all these beta test groups that we've been running, then you want to go over there right now, okay? Because we're going to do a live overview. It's only going to be a few minutes long, and we're going to be wrapping this up. But we're going to do a live overview right now, auvoriaprime.com/results. You'll be invited to join an exclusive group, and you'll get access to dozens and dozens of actual My FxBook and FxBlue links that show you the entire account history of other people using the software. So it shows any losses that they had financially. It shows any profits that they may have had. The whole point is that it's real. And so it gives you an idea of what's possible when you look at what everyone else is doing, right? You know that, hey, I'll probably be somewhere in that mix. You couple that with our education, with our rewards plan, with the ability to get products for free. This is why we're excited. This is why we're launching everything on October 17th. This is why we launched all these promotions as well. So we're going to be ending this Zoom right here. And then if you want to see the results, you're going to have to go to avoriaprime.com/results. And that takes you to Facebook, where you'll be inside the exclusive group. It's happening right now. It's happening live. And it's just a few minutes long, hosted by a top affiliate leader, Mr. Cameron Kirkar. So that concludes today. Thank you guys for joining this special call, hearing from our developers. We have 3 more calls on the 14th, 15th, and 16th. Those are blitz calls where they're a lot shorter, more concise, straight to the point. We don't get as technical. And then our big celebration launch is going to be this Saturday, October 17th. All the calls are at 3 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you get the links, make sure you're plugging people in, and take advantage of all the offers that we're throwing out there. Thank you very much, guys, for plugging in. Have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you on tomorrow's Blitz call.